Why howdy there folks, welcome back to another video. Your boy is back from being off the grid. It was one heck of an experience. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I was just in Utah for like 3 or 4 days, no cell phone service, at a crazy Polaris ride event with a new vehicle called the Expedition, which they just launched. By the way, I'll be having a video coming out from that trip, but we're still gathering footage. But more importantly, I'm back from being off the grid and we're back in the game. Also have the Blue Betty back. She's back from the shop. I had like multiple things wrong with it. The big motor was idling like super rough, and we first noticed it when we were at Gunnersville with Yak Pack and Trey and Richard Gene the fishing machine, but I think all that's fixed up. Most notably, the trolling motor situation was pretty nasty. I'm sure you guys remember. We got it rewired. We're good to go. We got it actually plugged into the side of the boat now instead of just like flopping around. There was a couple other little things wrong with it, but you know what? Who cares? But we do need to take it out today and test it and make sure everything's okay. Also, folks, right now at GoogleSquad.com, they're doing their Fishing Black Friday sale, so tons of stuff are marked way down, like 75% in some cases. Check it out, GoogleSquad.com. There'll be a link right at the top of the description. Use code LOJO, that's 10% that stacks on top of these sales. So make sure you get whatever you guys need now because the sale is about to end, plus a bunch of stuff is starting to sell out. Side note, I just cannot help but let the shop fall into absolute ruin. But none of that matters because we're going fishing today, boys. Andrew should be here any minute. Then we're gonna be heading to the farm store, AKA Rural King, because we have not checked out their fishing section in a long time. And I've got a little treat in store for you folks today. What do you think comes in a Magic Worm Farm kit?
Dirt.
The box full of dirt?
Yep.
Content of this 8-quart high insulation bait bucket. 1.5 bag of Magic Worm bedding, dirt.
Close.
4 ounces bag of Magic Worm food. Carrying handle. Did they really put that on there? And then instructions. They literally listed carrying handle and instructions. So obviously we are not in a normal fishing store right now. When they have worm farms on sale for $11.29, that's when you know. We also got a little bit of a sale going on here. A little 25% off, red tag special.
Oh, dang.
So we had not been to this store in a long time. And what I love about this farm store is not just that they have a fishing section, and a pretty decent fishing section at that, but there's so much random stuff in here. I love coming here. But instead of just doing the normal fishing challenge, let's change things up a little bit today. What I have here are some wheels. All right, Andrew, a few different kinds of roulette wheels.
Ooh,
I'm a big roulette guy, like to gamble. What we got here, we've got wheels for everything that we're gonna need today. We got a wheel for the rod. We got a wheel for the reel. We got a wheel for the lures that we're gonna use today. I've never done a roulette challenge quite like this, so bear with me. Now, there's not a ton of fishing rods here, but there are a few different ones. If you notice this wheel right here, you're gonna notice some unique options, like biggest, most expensive, cheapest, ugliest, and then most aesthetic. So I am going to leave my fate in the hands of this wheel. I have not looked at a single rod, so I have no idea what anything's gonna be. All right, here we go, Andrew, for the rod. Spinning. I don't even know what I want. Oh no, not biggest. Woo!
Close.
Most aesthetic, okay. That was close because it almost called for the biggest rod. Oh, it would have been one of those right there. If it had selected biggest rod, it would have definitely been this crappy pole right here that's like 12 foot long. So bass fishing with that would have been interesting. Okay, so now most aesthetic, that means prettiest, best looking. That means if you walk into a store, you're gonna be like, wow, that is a good looking rod. Let's look around a little bit and see what we can find. What's interesting about trying to find something that's the most aesthetic, it's gonna vary from person to person. For example, this one right here to him was very aesthetic because it's really simple, right?
Black and white.
Black and white, very simple, very clean looking. But see, I'm gonna say that that's not super aesthetic to me. So like for example, this red lose smash combo, this thing's pretty aesthetic. I mean, red and black, that's a good combo.
For sure.
I'm not a huge fan of red. It's a little Abu, look at that, the Aquamax.
I like it.
Got the water tones there on the rod.
Dude, I kind of like that a lot.
That's a contender. Now see, we've got some of these with like camo on them. Like, I'm just not a fan of the camo,
Me
you know?
either.
Now, I'm
hunting.
sure there's plenty of people who think that this is aesthetic. I'm just saying I don't. I don't know if anybody thinks this is aesthetic or not. It's certainly colorful.
For $100.
$199.99 for that?
Nope.
All right, well, this is extremely tough, but I think I'm gonna have to go with this Pin Wraith or Wrath. I'm a freaking idiot. But now check this thing out. We've actually got a lot of things going on. We've got the blue, which I absolutely love. It's not like a deep blue. It's almost like a
powder blue.
Powder blue or periwinkle blue, or like there's a color for it. I don't know.
Big word.
It's matte too. Do you notice? Like it's not glossy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a matte blue. It's got a reel that goes with it. We'll probably end up taking this thing off because this is just for the rod. It's got my favorite color, which is blue, but it's that nice shade of blue. It also switches to black halfway up. So I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say this is the most aesthetic rod in this farm store. All right, we have our rod selected. Now it's time to move on. Oh, add.
Gotta love it.
I know people are like, dude, you don't have a premium wheel by now? All right, we're moving on to the real wheel. For the real wheel, very similar standards. So we got most aesthetic, dumbest, which might be new, most expensive, cheapest, and ugliest. So we've got a lot of potential options here. I've got the most aesthetic rod, so ideally I would get the most aesthetic reel or maybe the most expensive, right? Maybe?
I dig it.
All right, here we go. All right, come on. Just don't give me dumbest or ugliest. Oh, we're gonna get it. No? Oh, most aesthetic reel too. What are the chances?
Dude.
Who knew we were going to be building the most aesthetic farm store fishing combo? The roulette wheel has decided. This is not going to be that difficult because the reel section is a little lacking, okay? So they've got 2 rows of reels and that's it. They're all spinning reels. Hear me out. Now, if we took this Shimano Nexavi, is that it?
Sure.
If we took this right here, right? Notice the color, the coloration. Are you noticing the color?
Oh, it's blue.
Paired that up with this blue rod that we just picked, I think that is going to be a home run smash. Now, obviously the reel that's on here matches it the best because it was made for it, but that's not how the game works. This reel on this rod is going to be beautiful, and you already know it's a $50 Shimano reel for that price. That's just a good price anyways, right? So most aesthetic combo, we got it going on right now. That brings us to the lure wheel, okay? Now the lure wheel has more options than any wheel has before. Because here's the thing, we've got our combo built. Now we need some lures to be able to throw on that combo that can actually catch fish. But here's where things get a little interesting. Here are the options for the lure wheel, and we're gonna spin this thing multiple times and get a bunch of different lures based off of the wheel's recommendation. We have ugliest, dumbest, most colorful, smallest, biggest, cheapest, most expensive, and finally, least likely to catch fish, which I'm guessing just means the worst lure in the store. All right, lure number 1, let's give her a spin. Here we go. Give me just like most expensive. Oh my God. We got biggest. Oh boy.
Oh, nice.
Biggest lure in the store. Let's see. So we just scoured the entire section. We actually found 2 lures that I believe are the biggest lures in the store. First of all, look at that bad boy. Yozuri jerkbait. That thing is freaking massive. Look at it compared to my hand. It's probably the biggest jerkbait that I've ever worked before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The biggest jerkin that I've ever done. So there's this one, but there's one more. This out, we've got an 11-inch worm. And we checked, this is the longest, biggest soft plastic in the store, along with the biggest hard bait in the store. So I think either one of these could work. I'm not so sure about this one on a spinning combo, but this big worm in early summertime, that could catch an absolute haul. All right, let's spin the lure wheel again. Give me most expensive or just something interesting. Oh no. Least likely to catch fish.
Nice.
I might have to bring you in on this one, man, because you know where we're going. Least likely to catch fish. So this is actually a lot harder than it seems to pick, because every single lure we've gone by and we've been like, well, this one looks kind of weird, or this one's ugly. But it's like with almost every lure, we can see a scenario where it would catch fish if it was like put in the right scenario,
right,
you know? But this one right here, we may have found it. Now, I know spoons have been around forever, and spoons catch fish. I'm not saying spoons in general won't catch fish, but these spoons right here, I don't know. What is this? What is that gonna imitate in an Alabama pond?
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, maybe this one, like in some super dirty water.
Maybe.
Look at these two. Like, what's the deal with that? A country's flags.
Yeah.
Like put into fishing lure form. I think that's a great choice. Let me know if you got any experience with these in the comment section. There's probably one person up in Alaska who's catching just giant salmon on these things or something. I don't know. There's got to be somebody somewhere that can make these work. We are going to give it a try today. I don't know how well that's going to work. All right, let's do the lure wheel one more time. All right, I have no idea what I want now. Oh, okay. Dumbest. Fantastic. I feel like we just did that. I guess let's try to find the dumbest lure in this farm store. Once again, this was a very difficult choice to make because much like the least likely to catch fish option, you have to pick through all of the lures that could work in any given situation. But I wanted to find something that was just unnecessarily dumb. And I found myself with a Tsunami Awesome Tackle company. Tsunami Awesome Tackle.
I like that.
Well, hey, they feel pretty good about their stuff, but it's called a Zig Jig Pro. First of all, I have no idea what this is supposed to be. Now on the back here, we got a little bit of potential info. I guess it sinks and you like twitch it and it darts because it's of its shape. A precision balanced high strength body assures longer tumble-free casts and a fast sink rate. Its tank tested design delivers both the darting and zigzag swimming action never before seen in this style lure. But what style lure is it? What is that supposed to be? It looks like a pencil with hooks on it. I don't want to say it's dumb like in a bad way. I'm just saying I don't know if that's gonna work, but that seems like the perfect lure for this selection. All right, dude, I think we've assembled all of the gear that we need, all of the gear that the Wheel of Destiny told us to get. And I think it is now that time in the video to head out to the lake, get the boat launched, get all this stuff put together, rigged up. Jesus, I've already broken it.
Yeah, you hit me with that rod a few times too.
Dude, my bad.
It's all good, buddy.
Get all this stuff together, rigged up, get ready to go fishing, launch the boat, and hook into a gigantic largemouth bass. See you guys on the water. Oh wow, we're on there. Whoo! Yeah, you may have to get in the back. Dude, I rammed her up on there.
Yeah, you did.
It's the moment of truth, man. See if they actually fixed my boat or not. Man, it looks good. Put her on a nice little solid 7 and just see how she rips. Oh yeah. We got live scope, baby. I think they fixed it. I mean, we had live scope before, but it would go in and out, so I guess we'll see. Now, we just got to the lake. We actually just spent about 20 minutes with the owner of the lake, kind of trolling around, testing out my big motor, which it sounds much better than it did in Gunnersville, so that problem has at least been fixed. Now, we got some other rods on the deck just in case some other fishing opportunities occur while we're out here. Let me show you guys the final product here. Andrew, I don't know if you've ever dreamt about what the most aesthetic combo from a farm store might look like, but you don't have to dream anymore, buddy. Boom, look at how well that reel matches the rod right there.
Dude, that looks good.
It looks better than the reel that was on there.
It does.
Somehow.
It really does.
And it's the blues are almost slightly different, but it's an absolute beautiful pairing of the rod and the reel. Put a little bit of 14-pound mono on there, some clear mono. It's almost got like a little blue hue to it, so it almost kind of matches. But I am absolutely loving this rig the way it looks. Has not made the first cast yet, so we'll see. I think all in we were like $140 in this combo. Not even that bad. Some might say it's a steal. I went ahead and put that gigantic Yozuri on there first because I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna actually catch fish on. And it's overcast right now. It's a little windy. There's some chop on the water. All right, gotta see how this thing casts. That's gonna be first priority. It's getting her dialed in, getting the drag dialed in too. That was way too loose. He said he's been seeing a bunch of, oh yeah. Oh dude, not bad at all. I think I just spooked something. Oh boy. Oh my God.
First cast, baby.
Most aesthetic, how could you do it to me? What went wrong here? How did that happen?
I'll say it was probably user error.
I don't know if that's ever happened to me before. Have you ever seen that?
Not that quick, no.
Biggest inverted wind knot I've ever seen. It was like falling out of the reel. I want to see what this big old thing looks like in the water. Oh my God. Dude, I really like that. Well, I mean, the water's kind of like murky right now.
Yeah.
So we're only getting a little bit of visibility, but it's great because that color, it just looks like a flash once you get down there, man. That might trigger a reaction strike up in this piece. See if we can cast this thing again without doing that. Boom, close the bail.
Boom.
I'm seeing a couple fish out there suspended on live scope, and that's exactly the kind of fish we need. Now, judging by the hooks of this, I don't know if it's a saltwater lure or not. Those look like saltwater hooks to me. I don't remember like seeing anything on the packaging that would indicate that. But that would make actually a little bit more sense. I'm just gonna vary my retrieve. I'm just gonna treat it like a jerk bait mixed with like a, you know, like a rip bait, you know, that you just kind of like crank and and pop. It swims really good. It's like a big square bill, it's just long. Got some bait out here. I want to get in there. I want to get in there with my rip bait. Just crank it through and just see what happens. Telling me there's not any bass sitting there pummeling them? Why not? Oh, I got a fish looking at me. Got one right behind me. Come on. Oh, I just had a bunch of fish like swarm on it. Dang. That's so cool. Gotta love live scope, getting like real feedback in real time from the fish and like how you're working the lure. These are probably brim hanging out this close to this lake house, but not necessarily. Dude, aside from that really weird first cast, it's been casting really good. Just the weirdest thing ever on that first cast. I don't know what happened. All right, I think we need to change up our tactics here. I think starting with the biggest lure may not be the best way to go, especially when we don't know like what the bite is like right now. I'm gonna save the spoons. I do want to throw those. Ow! Dude, the package just exploded and opened. Must be the universe like telling me to use this or something. I don't know. Oh, this is just weird looking. There's like a wire that goes underneath that holds this treble hook. It's really heavy, dude. It's really stinking heavy. That means it's gonna fall fast. It's like a lead weight, dude. I mean, it falls so fast. Oh, yeah. And the way it's shaped, it's like aerodynamic. So like the head is more weighted. So it like falls down like a pencil, just straight down. All right, well, oh yeah, dude, that was effortless and it was like 50 yards. Okay, let me just start with the popping process. We're gonna have to get creative with this bad boy. Oh wow, there's a bunch of bait right there. I definitely want to toss it that away. Ooh, that's got a bass on it too. Oh, there's a huge school of bait right in front of us here. Let's put this out there in it. There's definitely bass on this school of bait fish. That is a fact. Like there's bass underneath it. I wish I could see my bait on live scope, but it falls so fast I'm having a hard time tracking it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whoa. Dude, it falls like 10 feet a second. Yeah. Maybe more than that. Yeah, it's got to be some pretty gnarly action though if you're a predatory fish and you're seeing this bait fish darting up and whoa. This is such a weird lure. Like I have no idea what part of the water column I'm even going for here. I'm just like, yeah, literally just from 3 feet to 15 very quickly. I feel like this is more of a saltwater lure too. Am I crazy? 100%. I'm just basically throwing all of the worst saltwater lures against bass that are already finicky. Well, as far as castability, this $50 Shimano reel is pretty dang good. I haven't noticed that it wasn't like a normal, you know, spinning reel, normal $100, $129 reel. Rod feels great, not gonna lie. It's a 7-foot medium, fast action, perfect for what we're doing right now. Now, if we can just figure out this lure situation, if I can get a lure on that'll actually catch fish, we'll be in business. I'm trying to bring it directly through the school of bait fish because there was clearly multiple bass underneath it trying to feed. I was hoping this would give them something to key in on. I stand by what I said. This is a dumb lure. You can't work it without getting it snagged. Now maybe you're supposed to fish like a certain leader on it. Oh, dude, I'm snagged, but I could have sworn I had a fish. It was on the fall, like I went to like rip it and it pulled back, but now it's snagged. You've got to be kidding me. Could it have got eaten on the fall? I guess. It's falling so fast, if it went right by something. I don't feel anything on the other end, but man, you know the difference between a snag and like a pullback? This was a pullback and then into a snag. Oh no, I hope I don't lose this lure. Oh, dang it. Well, let it be said, I do think that lure got a bite. I'm not kidding. I really think I got pulled into a snag. All right, well, I don't care what kind of combo you're using. I know that a big ribbon tail worm should work in the summertime. I mean, this is red bug, beautiful color right there. For some reason, in the summertime especially, and we're in the early summer here, the big worm just becomes a factor all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. Got a little 3/16 ounce tungsten on there, nice and small. I like that. It's my favorite size of all time. Slow sinker. You gotta have that tungsten. You gotta have that sensitivity. We'll have to head to some of that deeper water with this Texas rig. It's a little nasty back here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it. We'll have to do it. Oh, dude, I just got crushed, but he doesn't have it. You kidding me? Kind of right up against the edge of this drop off, and it goes like straight down too, from 1 foot to 12, 15 right there. You throw some structure in there and you got a fish paradise. Fire tiger.
Get him in, dude.
Oh, no, he's barely hooked. Ah, yeah, boy.
Yeah, dude.
Woohoo, on the Magnum spoon. Well, not really a Magnum spoon, but a big spoon. Man, color, dude. I think Fire Tiger should definitely be the color. I don't know what the color is.
I think that's it.
Tell me a better name for that color right there. My dude. Oh, it's a tagged fish. Nice.
Nice.
The owner and I were just talking about the tagged fish in this lake, but definitely a post-spawn fish. Got a little gunk on the old lip there. I'm not too sure about that. But boom, baby, didn't get skunked today. The Fire Tiger spoon got it done. One last look at this beautiful fish. A much appreciated 3-pounder right now because we were struggling. Been out here for a couple hours now. It is nice to see a fish, especially a nice healthy fish like that. Look at his lip. Woo!
Heck yeah, man, the spoon.
Freaking spoon. Let me just remind everybody of something real quick. I just drug a Texas rig around the best area on this lake, loaded with cover and wood and drop off. I just drug around a Texas rig ribbon tail worm. Didn't get bit. I threw the spoon for 10 minutes just trying to figure out how to fish the dang thing. Catch a 3-pounder.
About right, dude.
You gotta freaking love it, man. Well, folks, we are 4 hours into this journey right now, and besides that one little lone 3-pounder, the best part about this day has been working with this little combo here. So, I mean, this combo, this original rod and reel was like $89.99, but that generally means the reel is probably worth 50 or 60 of that. So let's just say this rod was worth $30. And for a $30 rod, I have to say it's pretty decent. Not a big fan of it, like from this part down, the butt, the screw handle being on the bottom. I'm not really a fan of any of this, but as far as like the rod itself, performance, feel, and just being a 7-foot medium fast rod, I think it's great, and it's aesthetic, very aesthetic. Now the reel, very good. Not my favorite reel in the whole wide world. It's a 3000, kind of an odd size. Would rather have a 2500, but that's about the only thing I could pick apart on it, honestly. I mean, it looks good. I'm not a huge fan of the handle, but all in all, I'd say it's pretty dang good for a $50 reel. That ain't bad. Oh, dang it. Well, we got tired of getting beat up at the last place we were at, so we decided to return on home. The old backyard pond. We really haven't fished the backyard pond in a long time, so it might be fun to do that anyways. Last person to fish this was old Mike, one rod, and he absolutely obliterated the bass population. I think he caught like 10 or something. I don't know, he freaking whacked them. But I didn't feel like one fish was enough for the most aesthetic farm store combo. I mean, come on. So since we came on home, I decided to tie back on that big old red bug worm because I really want to catch one on it. To be honest with you, it was my favorite lure that we picked, like from the store. It was my favorite, and I really want to catch a fish on it. By the way, folks, if you're wanting to know updates on the backyard pond and the type of stuff we're gonna be doing to it this summer, definitely have some stuff planned. Electroshocking, like where we're gonna get a little electroshock boat in here and literally see what we have in this pond fish-wise and what's the biggest bass we have in the pond. And we're also gonna stock it here this summer, like with thousands of bait fish, maybe some more bass, I'm not sure. So just stay tuned for all that backyard pond content coming this summer. See, one rod was smart. He got up at like 5 a.m. and freaking came out here. Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm on. Come here, buddy. Dude, what a hit. Let me tell you something. This guy right here deserves an award. He hit that worm so hard. When I first felt the hit, I thought it was like a 3 or 4 pounder.
Yeah, it looked like it.
On the red bug worm, baby. Look at that little tank right there.
Heck yeah, man. Not
really what we wanted in this pond to be like the average, but I'm gonna let him live just because of how aggressively he ate that last bite. It feels so good to get a bite, man. I was bouncing that Texas rig for 5 hours earlier, and just, man, that's probably why I thought it was such a good bite, is because I haven't felt one in 6 hours. All right, I'm done. Me and Andrew have put this thing through the ringer. We've been fishing for like 6, 7 hours straight with very little success. But hey, we caught some fish. Caught fish at the lake, caught fish in the backyard pond. It was a tough day. I think it's gonna be a brutal summer, honestly, fishing wise. The combo did great, especially for the price point. Had a lot of fun using the roulette wheel. It's kind of like a randomizer to give us a new idea for today's video. So get in the comment section, let me know if you guys enjoyed it, if you want to see more videos like it. Got plenty of other videos coming soon. Backyard pond videos, electroshocking, stocking, bringing the jet skis back. That's coming into the fold here really soon. More collabs coming, a couple more trips coming as well. But thank you folks for watching. Continue to smash the thumbs up button for me. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any giveaways, because I'm probably going to give away this $50 reel unless Andrew decides to steal it for himself.
I might.
See you guys later. Peace.